Enuanum yensua de kakra. Yena yeti Avraham ache kakra no. Enim se abrante we ye obi a omanyankopon luku as if say wo favor Israel for nko an otan yen amanamamufo the Gentiles. Na yen nyina nsu nim se abrante we number one strategy or de kire no by appealing to emotions. An effort to win an argument without facts, logic or reason, but instead by manipulating the emotions of the audience. Now, example of appealing to emotions, for example, yen fan so bia ka kire say ye man panini dada John Dramani Mahama elusu this previous election to Nana Akufo-Addo because oye not now. And I'm so near Krona ma any logical reason tia man for to tia ye man panini dada John Dramani Mahama, but base the reasons on baby will free his ethnicity in Tino. So we are not now tia some sa a show you becomes hurt because that person is appealing or manipulating your emotions. But Abia didn't man for to tia the former president his previous performance, but only a chrono emphasa emba. The wakane say a man for to tiano, and I'm so not 90. That is what we mean by appealing to emotions, and Avraham Ben Moshe is a master at it. And nuntina Avraham discuss topics bit say King Leopold's letter to the Congo. And I'm say Avraham Ben Moshe names slavery and colonization a sensitive topic to every African or use these topics to condemn the Bible, manipulate our emotions and attract weak-minded audience. Now, her Bible verses are Avraham use to prove that the Christian God only loved Israel but not the Gentiles, and also as a means of manipulating the emotions of his audience. Her Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 21. You shall not eat anything that dies of itself. You may give it to the alien who is within your gates, that he may eat it, or you may sell it to a foreigner, for you are a holy people to the Lord your God. Anytime Avraham bekan verse where we be and we are no spinning on what the biaka home was it, and nam say Israel for ye konkruma a radin yankupon. So mo koto sabu bi ewu wo nwuramu a won fam bre wo ohoho wo Ghana ni won fam bre wo na wo momudi so we rough nso a won ton ma sa na Avraham eka no enti se wonim Bible mu a ote ho a o si the Christian God is partial but entisa ye be chirim yen san hwa another verse a Avraham use e dey manipulate the emotions of his audience. Isaiah 40 chapter 15 to 17. Behold, the nations are as a drop in a bucket, and are counted as the small dust on the scales. Look, he lifts up the isles as a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor is beast sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted by him less than nothing and worthless. Inti again, Avraham sabe kan verse we no as penny no dibia keka ho was the Christian God no. Say young Gentiles not se bucket munso a so ni enye hwe wananim, which is a complete lie. Na ansa na yebekọ verses we mu akire mu yie no. Mumiem prove from the Bible that the God of Abraham, Isaac and Jacob does not show favoritism. Nemum odo Gentiles ni Israel for pe. Na edikan, yehe Exodus chapter 22 verse 21. You shall neither mistreat a stranger nor oppress him, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Into here is a command from God. I all catch Israel for say no man tete ahoho and I said Gentiles, because no man so yahoho e Mizraim. Yen another one. E was Deuteronomy chapter 10 verse 18 to 19. He administers justice for the fatherless and the widow, and loves the stranger, giving him food and clothing. Therefore, love the stranger, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Inti hansu nyankopon ka kire Israel for say, "Wodo ahoho a yen Gentiles, into omonson do ahoho." Yen san hwe another verse, Exodus chapter 23 verse 9. Also, you shall not oppress a stranger, for you know the heart of a stranger, because you were strangers in the land of Egypt. Inti again, Nyankopon ese remind the Israelites say hwe no man tete ahoho na emum omun treaty omu good. Yen hwe the final one Leviticus chapter 19 verse 33 to 34. And if a stranger dwells with you in your land, you shall not mistreat him. The stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. Inti anuanom, se ha verses aya kenkan, ni ehwe Nyankopon ka kire yen amanamamufo, yen strangers, se wodo yen. Inti hwe na Israel for mistreaty anase o man tete Gentiles o moto o masase so a. Eba ne say na Avraham etimi twist scripture, ema ne ye bibi say Nyankopon etan yen Gentiles, ni enye hwe wonani so. Afe, yanko back to Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 21. Verse Avraham ejina so edikase Nyankopon endo yen Gentiles no. Ni enchirase ye. Deuteronomy 14 verse 21. You shall not eat anything that dies of itself. You may give it to the alien who is within your gates, that he may eat it, or you may sell it to a foreigner. For you are a holy people to the Lord your God. Into question number 1. Who is this foreigner? Nyankopon ka kire Israel for ne say omonfa aboafunu no emo mundi anaso omontonmo mo. Eye amanamamufu a na omudi Nyankopon ahyede so. Anase amanamamufu a na omundi Nyankopon ahyede so. Of course, the answer is amanamamufu a omundi Nyankopon ahyede so. Ana Nyankopon ka kire Israel for ne say omonfa odwanfunu ne mo mundi anaso omontonmo mo. Na miyede huye. Yehe Exodus chapter 12 verse 48 to 49. And when a stranger dwells with you and wants to keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it, and he shall be as a native of the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat it. One law shall be for the native born and for the stranger who dwells among you. Into the verse no patching ye. Any Gentile, anase amanamamu ni bia wati Israel for asase so, no peso som eradi Nyankopon no. Sa amanamamu ni no ewaso wo twa ne fiefo mema nyina atwatia. No ni Israel for no edi emra baako so. Enti ewase number 1 was circumcise all the males in his household, and also obey the same commandments as the Israelites. In verse 49 was say one law shall be for the native born and for the stranger who dwells among you. Into question, say wamranim, say when Israel for endi abuafunu. Na say amanamamu ni a ono so sum Israel Nyankopon is obliged to follow the same laws a. Ubeye den de enamfunu akwogina nanim say wonto ana say wonjindi. Of course onje because oni Israel for ni di mra baako so according to Exodus chapter 12 verse 49, and nam say was sum Israel Nyankopon ti. And afen so say Deuteronomy chapter 14 verse 21 a strangers na Nyankopon say yemfa emuafunu ne mom no. The language even implies say omo ye nkrofo a omo di muafunu dada ana nya omo tan, because se menwi aboafunu a obeyeda aton ama me ade a mempe no untimi kan kire me se mento. Entini we a common sense, but enam say Avraham ben Moshe ye dada afu ntino oba twist verse na dia manipulate the emotions of his audience into a bit to wa was Nyankopon etan Gentiles enya no kresa. In fact, Nyankopon ka kire Israel for ne say amanamamufo na omudi ne mmra so te say a native born Israelite no omo ne omo nche asase na wodi ama omo no. Na se hwe Ezekiel chapter 47 verse 21 to 23. Thus you shall divide this land among yourselves according to the tribes of Israel. It shall be that you will divide it by lot as an inheritance for yourself and for the strangers who dwell among you and who bears children among you. They shall be to you as a native born among the children of Israel. They shall have an inheritance with you among the tribes of Israel. And it shall be that in whatever tribe the stranger dwells, there you shall give him his inheritance, says the Lord God. In the verses you read here, the God we worship and serve, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, is not a fair God. Senya Avraham ben Moshe na making on his agenda to pervert the Bible. Senya be obetimi atwi nipa ko saying. Afi, yan heard the second Bible verses Avraham use. Edeka the Christian God does not like Gentiles. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 15 to 17. Behold, the nations are as a drop in a bucket, and are counted as the small dust on the scales. Look, he lifts up the isles as a very little thing, and Lebanon is not sufficient to burn, nor is beast sufficient for a burnt offering. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted by him less than nothing and worthless. Now, what is this Bible verse trying to talk about in context? Eye amanamemufo a omosom abosom a omomfom ho nto awrade nyankopon so no. Womo ana nyankopon ka kire om say they are nothing. Na me yeda hunu ye. Yento asonkan ensi verse 20 and verse 25 to 26. Ni ehwese ne nyankopon describe omo abosom no. Isaiah 40 verse 18 to 20. To whom then will you liken God? Or what likeness will you compare to him? The workman molds an image. The goldsmith overspreads it with gold, and the silversmith casts silver chains. Whoever is too impoverished for such a contribution chooses a tree that will not rot. He seeks for himself a skillful workman to prepare a carved image that will not totter. Verse 25 to 26. To whom then will you liken me, or to whom shall I be equal, says the Holy One. Lift up your eyes on high, and see who has created these things, who brings out their hosts by number. He calls them all by name, by the greatness of his might, and the strength of his power. Not one is missing. Enti Nyankopon na describe the idols of the nations, and we busa say omumu hwan and yebetim dia toto onu Nyankopon. Into the context of Isaiah 40 verse 15 to 17, Nyankopon eka kire amanamemufo no say they are like drop in a bucket and are nothing before him. No, he is referring to amanamemufo na omu worship idols, omu do omani ato abosom so. Enye yen amanamemufo Gentiles a Christofo a ye gidi said the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob no is our God too. But Avraham enkan verse no in context ema unhunu se Nyankopon kasa fa amanamemufo na omosom abosom ne ho. But obe generalize no se ne be ya wote ho a wadwene ye say God is against you as a Gentile. Of course not. The context of the verse no is against idol worshippers. God is against idol worshippers. The only true God is one, and he is God for both Jews and Gentiles, and that God is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, according to Romans chapter 3 verse 29. And thanks for watching.